Category Stars, the Fast Track, the Ultimate, the World of Outlaws, Lucas Oil, you name it. And even in iRacing as well. The stars and the winners of the RSR Full Throttle Cup, we have them on the program just like tonight. Some great guests on tonight's show. Check out the archive, like driver Tyler Reddick, who won at Rockingham, the California kid of that number 11 Bloomquist chassis. Also Frank Kimmel, who won the street stock event at the Rock, and the man who went 4 times Friday and Saturday night in a row, the World of Outlaw World Finals, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens, on the show tonight. So remember, tune in Monday night, 6 to 8 East, ETV Live online, Auto Sports Entertainment Network. Replays Friday from 1 to 3. And the winner is Motorsports Show. Cars are coming to pit road. The leaders do as well. Let's go to pit road. And first, the Dakota Earman.
Yeah, guys, I'm actually standing here with Bouts and Rick, man. Your crew chief, you were telling your crew chief over the radio several times it was loose. You caught the apron, you fell back. I mean, what was going on in the driver's seat there?
That's exactly what happened. Hit the apron there and just had to ride along and wait until it got the car back under me and fell back in the pack and caught a little bumper there.
And I mean, what kind of happened with Schilling? I kind of saw a little bit of net code. If anything, you two racing real hard there. Can you kind of explain what you saw there?
Yeah, it looked like he came a little bit out of his lane and just touched my right front and got me out of shape and got me at where I'm at now. Racing deal. He didn't mean to do it. I can handle that.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for everything.
So that's the caution for Rick Fouts of that 78 car, the Man Performance PC Chevrolet, putting us under the caution flag there after that incident where Adam Roberts plowed into his rear deck lid and put us under caution flag number 4. Cars came on to pit road. Dakota Earman covered that interview with Rick Fouts, and now let's go to pit road to Joshua Harbinson. And yes, Joshua, before we go any further, Steve Ritter was able to come on to pit road first, and where did he come off?
Yeah, Steve Ritter came in. And he went off first as well, so he beat the race off pit road, and R.J. Williams is right behind him.
Absolutely. It'll be 1 lap to the green flag. That's what they're talking about. As right now, let's give you a rundown. Your top 10. A slow camera view of your men out in front. Steve Ritter in that number 16 car. He sits up in position number 1. Second spot is R.J. Williams of the ETV Live Chevrolet 21. Third is Landon Huffman of the 75. Fourth is Chad Cole in the DeWalt Tools 17. Dwayne Vincent, the Silver Bullet, now the Pumpkin in the 13. Rounds out the top 5. Now the bottom 5. Mike Keaton is with the restart.
Parker Kligerman making it to the top 10. He's 6th. Jonathan Cadell also working his way into the top 10. He's 7th. John Abbott sitting 8th. Chad Schilling, who got into a little bit of trouble with that last caution, still runs 9th. And Jay Horton and that 83 machine bringing her home in 10th currently.
And that is the run to your top 10 currently. And look who's up into the 4th position. Chad Cole, that DeWalt Power Tools, number 17 Ford, ready to bring them back for the restart. They'll gas them up to the firing line this time by as, no, we're going to go one more lap under caution. This time we'll come back for the restart. Caution lights are off now. A couple of cars came on the pit road, and so I believe all 2. The field comes back into turn 1. We'll be going another lap under caution.
The field has actually taken rain here, Wes.
My apologies. My telemetry monitor kind of acted up here a little bit. My apologies, guys. Ritter did get the jump on the restart. Ritter, Huffman, Cole, Williams, Vincent, the top 5. And that battle heats up out of turn 2 on the backstretch.
Yeah, Landon Huffman moving that Chevy into 2nd position down the backstretch. Got the draft over Ritter. Moving into 3rd spot here is the 17 of Chad Cole, R.J. Williams in 4th, and Parker Kligerman taking over the top 5 from Dwayne Vincent coming out of 4.
Oh, yeah, the Jack Daniels 07 Chevrolet. Winner in Martinsville last weekend. Now peeks into the top 5. Put the bridesmaid position on the outside, the top 5 looking in. The Pumpkin, Dwayne Vincent, he falls back to 6th. Jonathan Goodell, John Abbott, Justin Wilson, Keldraz back top 10. They go into turn 3.
I see Keldraz back on the underneath side of the 10 machine of John Abbott, who's sitting 8th right now, and Justin Wilson gets a little bit loose, comes up in Abbott. coming down the front stretch a little bit. Abbott will lose the spot to 45 Dresbach. Also, C.J. Lavere working underneath the 10 and 1.
Oh, it's heating up. Jay Lavere now trying to make that move on Abbott. He'll get past him. Abbott now wants that spot back. Lavere's got a trunk full of Kel Dresbach in front of him. And then, of course, looking in front of Dresbach's rear deck lid is Justin Wilson's in the 58 car. They go into turn 3. Everybody now fans back out single file. Back to the flag stand. We're on lap 43 this time by.
Battle for the lead. 75 machine Landon Huffman making the pass over Steve Ritter. Also bringing along Chad.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael. I'm sorry I hit the wrong button. I'm going to say it was a 4-car battle for the lead, and 2 more cars in the back are about to make it 6. They go into turn 3.
Yeah, Chad Cole was out with him by Huffman to the lead, and he's in second, with Steve Ritter falling back to third in a matter of half a lap.
Huffman leads them to the line. Ritter's in second. Not anymore. Chad Cole goes to second. Ritter the third. He's got R.J. Williams to his inside. Now Ritter trying to run Cole up the track for second in turn 2.
I thought he was going to give him a little shove. He actually let off just enough time. R.J. Williams sitting fourth. He now tries to make his run into the third position for Ritter's spot. But Huffman, Wes, leading out front here at Texas again.
Oh, they're nice and dicey, slicing their way through the field. And no, I'm not Emerald Lagasse in the BAM. It's Huffman, Cole, Ritter, Williams, and Kligerman, your top 5. Kligerman coming off of that win at Martinsville last weekend. He's also a former ARCA champion and ARCA winner, as well as NASCAR Camping World Truck Series winner in the house tonight. Looking to double down after winning Martinsville. He's in top 5 right now. They go back to 3. Field comes down to the line. It's still Landon Huffman as they go back down into the corner. I'm sorry, Kligerman was the winner at Rockingham at the ARCA race that I attended. My apologies on that. And, of course, he has run in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. As they go back into the corner, it is Kligerman right now in the top 5, but still Huffman. And not anymore. Chad Cole to the inside for the lead in turn 1 there, Michael Keaton.
And part of that pass right that you see for the lead, the 75 machine took one heck of a piece of the wall with him, coming out of 4 last time by. Hard hit into the right side wall. Dakota, will that tighten that Chevrolet up on Huffman's machine?
They're not thinking so. The spotter is still evaluating the damage, and I'll let you know just as soon as they let me know.
Battle for the lead on the inside. Chad Cole tries to battle back to the outside. They come to the stripe. Ritter, Williams trying to get in that dogfight. It was a 2-way dance. That's about to be quadruple. 4 cars in a blanket. Throw him there into turn number 1. Cole losing ground to Huffman. He'll pull to the inside. And Wingman coming to turn number 2. It's Ritter and Williams as they go back into turn 3 with still Huffman holding off all comers. 1 car off the pace at the bottom of the apron. Will stay green there. So full song out of 4.
Yes, Douglas White and the machine down there under pace speed there. That's down below the apron. The 17, meanwhile, Chad Cole looking to the outside of Huffman. He'll get back in line, go deep down into 1 bottom line groove here, racetrack at Texas West, as he's pressured by Steve Ritter from behind.
Yeah, Douglas White in that in the 28th position. Car number 12, that Dodge Entry, under power, but not at full power. He's only going 32, 34 miles an hour, creeping, crawling, trying to get to pit road. He will make it in. We will stay under the green flag. But meanwhile, the leaders continue to battle it out. Back into turn number 1. Huffman leads that way. Here comes Cole. Ritter, top 3. Throw a blanket. They're back into turn 2.
Yeah, these guys really staying close to each other. This new draft model here, these guys got this new draft deal with a new car here, so these guys able to stay on each other's back doors, if you will. Chad Cole sitting in the middle right now between 3 of them, and Steve Ritter's third.
On that number 12 car, they come down the pit road just a moment ago, not under power, creeping, crawling, keeping us from having that yellow flag was the number 12 car. Let's go down to pit road with Douglas White with information. Here is Dakota Ehrman. Sorry about that. Let's go down to front with Joshua Harbison. Dakota's scooping up a story for us. Joshua, what you got?
Yeah, I was getting with Douglas White. He blew his engine in the coming into turn 3, so he's out for the race. Lost his engine.
Tough break there as he has hand grenaded a motor. Cheech and Chong riding with him all the way back to the pit area as we are still able to make it without the caution flag waving on Douglas White's number 12 car. And, of course, Landon Huffman still leads the way. He's leading the battle, but the most important thing, will he win the war? The RSR Full Throttle Cup Series Championship, as it's down to the final 3 events. We're right now on 52 laps. We'll take you side by side as we get ready to come back to commercial break. We'll cover the action of what has been an exciting event so far here at Texas Motor Speedway. Still a long racing action, a lot of racing action left to go here. From Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway, this is the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. We'll be right back right after this break.
It happens. You're doing fine though. Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over to Wayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got 1 car on the bottom of the 10 car. Hey, welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway located just outside of Dallas in Fort Worth, Texas. This is race number 8 in that RSR Full Throttle Cup Series Championship. Big thanks to Bob Earl and RSR's John Abbott for making the announcement that we will be back in 2013. Michael Keaton, me and you'll be doing double duty boat twice a week on Monday, and now a new Wednesday night program, later announced name coming up here on the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. We thank the world of Bob Earl Racing and everything he does. And again, a special guest, Bob Earl, will be joining us at Homestead Miami Speedway for the final race coming up in 3 weeks there, Mike Keaton.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. Can't wait to, for Bob Earl to hand that seat over to the champion this year. Looking like Landon Huffman might be awarded that thing, but hey, it ain't over until the fat lady sings, Wes.
Yeah, and she's not even warming up her pipes just yet. I mean, anything can happen. And them scenarios we talked about at the top of the broadcast, of course, it's just talk, okay? Throw it out the window. Anything can happen. And I want to tell you something about deja vu. Go back to Richmond, the race before the chase for the championship started, when Ritter and Huffman made contact with one another. Huffman got into Ritter and took out Ritter's chances of making it into the chase. He had to finish in a certain position. There was contact amongst them 2 drivers. He's still been a hard fighter running on the racetrack, but it took him out of contention to race for that championship. And right now, he's in second spot, but losing ground by less than 810 thousandths of a second on Huffman as he leads off 2. Dakota Ehrman, I'll tell you what, buddy, it is exciting here going around Texas Motor Speedway. Mike Keaton has stepped away from the booth for just a moment as look at this other battle. Ritter now under attack for Chad Cole for that number three position. He's trying to reel him in out of turn 4.
Yeah, I've been watching Landon up front. We talked about maybe damage slowing that car down. Not at all, because he is set sail and pulling away. And as you said, Chad Cole also closed in on Steve Ritter just a little bit.
All right, the field comes back down to the back straightaway into turn 3. Cole makes a move on the inside of Steve Ritter for that spot at second and heats up Dakota out of turn number 4. Cole's got the line as they come to the stripe.
And
Oh,
Steve
but a
Ritter coming back on the
crossover
inside.
move. Ritter wants to get it back as they come to the line now.
They're side by side going to turn number 1. I don't think that Ritter's going to have a problem clearing him here, but watch out for the crossover, because I think Chad Cole might be able to pull the same thing.
And here comes the pumpkin, the 13, Dwayne Vincent. I wish he'd go back to Silver, because the Silver Bullet nickname would match better than Pumpkin. But the Pumpkin now, trying to reel him in. He's in 4th. Ritter runs up the top of the track, up the top, where the marbles are. That allows Cole to get by him as they come to the line. What exciting racing as we're just about to close it on halfway.
And this new draft model you guys talked about, this is really not helping Chad, because Chad is wanting to run away right now, and he is getting no luck because Steve Ritter able to just pull right back up to his bumper and maybe just get right back alongside trying to make another pass.
They come back to the line, and it's still going to be now Ritter trying to reel back in Cole, followed by Vincent Williams, the top 5. They come to the stripe, and it's still Landon Huffman loving what he's seeing because he's open to that interval as they go to turn 1.
I was watching back here, Parker Kligerman in 8th position. Looked like he was closing on Jonathan Cadell, but then all of a sudden he fell back going through 3 and 4, able to gain the time just a little bit in 1 and 2. Kligerman not running as strong as he was at Martinsville, which is kind of shocking because I thought he'd be a contender up front right now.
We're coming up on halfway here in the next 2 laps. Huffman in his own zip code leads the way. Huffman out in front. Cole is in 2nd, Ritter 3rd, Vincent and Williams the top 5. And I'll tell you what, Michael Keaton, if this keeps going the way it's going, we talked about the scenario before we came on the air with the green flag. If Huffman wins, I don't think anybody else can run him down for the championship, even with 2 races to go.
Yeah, you got to think, Wes. He's 50 points ahead of Guy Snyder, 53 points ahead of R.J. Williams, who's having a great run here tonight. But even if R.J. was to win this race, Huffman finished 15th, 20th, 25th. It's really not even going to give him but 25 points. Then you go into the next week, and then you've got Homestead, Phoenix, then you got Homestead. So I don't know. It's kind of questionable still. It just depends on how Huffman finishes here tonight.
Absolutely, and Dakota Ehrman, we'll throw you back into this mix as well, and we'll get a word from our all-star pit crew team. And, of course, also the associate producer with J.D. Webb, the executive producer, Dakota Ehrman. I'll tell you what, Huffman has just hit his marks. He's done everything he's done in this chase for the championship through adversity, through wrecks, through crashes, through people coming after him, coming at him hard. He still continues to stay in the game and try to get that Barbaro Racing seat down 2.5 races as we have officially just passed halfway.
I'll tell you what, Landon Huffman just hits his marks like you said every week. He's just an outstanding driver, and he shows everybody why he deserves this seat. And he also earned this spot in another broadcast. He's in the Two-Step Pro Series. He has shown he is a competitive racer, and he's even in the other cars, everything. He's competitive, and he's there to stay for sure.
Change for position while we were chatting it up about the points man and your leader Huffman. It is Steve Ritter under attack by the pumpkin or Dwayne Vincent as they come to the stripe. Dwayne Vincent now moves to 3rd. Ritter 4th, and R.J. Williams your top 5. Dakota as they go back into turn 2.
Yeah, and Chad Cole's still back here. He's kind of pulled away from the group behind him. And closing in on Doug Roth, the lap car there. So it's
Awesome racing going on here, Dakota Ehrman. You're exactly correctly. As let's get our word from our all-star pit crew man, Mr. Joshua Harbinson on the midsection of pit road. Joshua halfway home. We're on lap 71 and 135. And, man, things have kind of quieted down after we had that one instance where spread caution. And Huffman, same old story, song and dance, trying to get that championship. He leads them again in turn number 3.
Yeah, it looks like he really wants that seat, and he's a good driver. He can drive the wheels off the car. but I still wouldn't count out the guys behind him. It only takes one mistake, one brush with the wall.
And you need that one caution flag. If that caution flag falls, Dakota Earman, it's a whole new ball game, buddy.
Yeah, that's for sure, and especially, I mean, he could burn up his tires and get run down by Chad Cole for all we know. I mean, anything can happen here that could hurt Landon Huffman at all, or just, I mean, anything in general. It's just racing, it's how it goes.
Great battle heating up there as they go back into turn number 3, and that's going to be between R.J. Williams. He's trying to size up Steve Ritter for 4th and 5th spot. They come back to the line here this time by to put lap 73 on the board. And of course, Huffman, Cole, Vincent, Ritter, and Williams still continue to be the top 5 cars. And right now in synchroncy, as we now look at Kel Dresbach, he's 6 seconds behind the leader. He's about 2 seconds behind Williams, falling way back to the pack there in the top 5 and starting to sell away, Dakota, as they go back down to turn 3.
I was taking a look at Kel Dresbach. I mean, he's having an outstanding run in 6th position, and I mean, looks like he get the apron a little bit off too, got a little loose. But I mean, that car looks like it's handling all right, and I mean, he's a guy you can't count out. I mean, Landon Huffman has problems, Chad Cole, any of those guys have problems. He's there, and he's still in striking distance, only about 6 seconds out from the lead.
Absolutely, he's doing a great job. But of course, he has fell back, losing ground of the top 5 as Huffman still leads his way. Chad Cole, 1.5 seconds. The interval as they come to the stripe, and it might be maybe a little bit more as they come to the flag stand. Things have really calmed down now on the racetrack. It was hot, it was intense when this thing got started, and now he's opening up that interval at 1.789 seconds. The difference that Huffman has over Cole. And I'll tell you what, Huffman, I'm watching him hitting his marks lap after lap after lap. And another guy, Parker Kligerman, we're going to talk about him, the 07 Jack Daniels Chevrolet in the 8th position. He won at Martinsville. He's kind of being quiet, hanging there in the 8th right now. But at one point in this race, Dakota Earman, he was making a charge to the front.
You're going to kind of wonder if he's holding back, trying to not show what he's got right now. I mean, it would be a bad time to do it, especially he's really banking on the caution if he's doing that right now. But, I mean, he could be hiding just a little bit from us.
Everybody is single file, and nobody is, again, breaking out of line. It's clean around the racetrack for the moment. Huffman, Cole, Vincent, Ritter, Williams, the top 5. Then it's Dresbach, Cadell, Kligerman, Abbott, and Schilling, the top 10 in the rundown. Right now, as we're working lap number 77 on the board this time by, and we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll come back with some more updates, hopefully on pit road. Will we see a caution flag, or will we see this race go all the way clean to the end as Landon Huffman leads the way right now as they're on the back straightaway? From Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway, this is the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. We go side by live.
Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over to Wayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to go off. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car. And, of course, that ETV sound off, the crank it up for the victims of Hurricane Sandy up in the Northeast, being affected all the way from Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, New York City, and, of course, Manhattan being a big effect of that storm as well. That is our ETV sound off for you guys. We keep you in our thoughts and prayers as they were affected by the remnants of Hurricane Sandy this time last week here. And again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. It has been an exciting race. And I'll tell you what, Dakota Ehrman back in the booth. Michael Keaton has stepped away for just a couple of moments. But for the time being, and by the way, another thing, we apologize for the technical issues that we had in the early going. Technical difficulties kind of sidelined us a little bit. We want to let everybody know we also have another hard copy. A full broadcast will be brought up on the Twitch. And, of course, the entire race in its entirety will be shown when we sign off here tonight. So, back to the race at Texas Motor Speedway. Wesley Outland, Dakota Ehrman in the booth, Michael Keaton as well topside. He stepped away for a moment, and Joshua Harbison right now working solo on pit road. Dakota Ehrman had to come through the tunnel turn and come up through the crossover gate and come on up and join me in the tower. And Huffman is still doing his own show, leading the way, Dakota Ehrman. As you crossed over, you ain't missed a thing. He's dominating this race with now over a 2-second lead, and now making 3 seconds and more.
I'm thinking about the last 10 to 15 laps. He's pulled about a second on Chad Cole, but Chad Cole done the same thing to everybody else behind him. So Landon Huffman just repeatedly faster than Chad Cole, but I mean, I don't think anybody else is faster than Chad Cole besides Landon Huffman. So those two kind of just putting on their own show right now.
And you got to wonder if we'll see that late race caution flag. As for the moment right now, we're on 87 laps. 86 complete for the time being, working lap number 87. And Joshua Harbison, I understand, had a word with Guy Snyder, the fourth. One car getting into the wall there just a moment ago. That was Dwayne Vincent coming out of turn number 3. He drove the car up to the outside lane, got it loose, gathered it back in. Either Dwayne Vincent or R.J. Williams. And we got caution on the speedway. Yellow flag is out.
Yes, and I saw that one. I believe that was Parker Kligerman trying to slow down the pit, and Adam Roberts, I don't know what was going on but Adam Roberts just almost ran straight in the back of him, and not quite sure exactly if it hit him or not. Going back and looking at it, I think he just moved up to avoid him and hit the wall and turn it around.
So problems for Parker Kligerman, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver in reality. The winner in Murrayfield in Sim World last Monday night, and now Parker Kligerman, ARCA NASCAR star, puts us under the caution flag along with that 88 of Adam Roberts. And yes, sir, if you look on the replay, he definitely got into him to put us under the caution flag there, Dakota.
Well, that's unfortunate for Parker. I mean, he had a solid 8th place day kind of going, and I think that's unfortunate. He had to come down and do the green flag pit stop right there. But I mean, this saved a few guys, and now we can have a possible battle for the lead as everybody is coming down pit road right now. So who takes what, and how much do they take?
Absolutely, and we'll recap that incident one more time as we are under caution, but cars are coming down the pit road. It's the leaders, everybody coming in. Joshua Harbison, chop your lips, buddy. You got a lot of talking to do. They're all at you on pit road.
Yeah, and they're all complaining about the same thing. I'm loose. There's going to be a lot of adjustments as they're all pulling into the pit stops. All going to take 4 tires as well, because they say just 2s. You just get some wicked loose. They can't do anything with it. So
absolutely. So the one word coming out of everybody's lips is loose, loose, loose. And let's look on your replay one more time as the leaders come off of pit road. Look on your replay screen. The 88, the Miller Lite colors of Adam Roberts, gets down. Oh, man, no, he didn't even make contact with Kligerman. Kligerman's car was off the pace, trying to show to come to pit road. Looks like Adam Roberts just make a hard right evasive turn to miss the 07 Dakota Ehrman, and then into the wall he went. And then from there on, the caution flag fell. Roberts was the cause of the caution. Kligerman only drove through the pits because the caution was out.
So unfortunate. You gotta wonder if the caution came out before he came on pit road, will he be penalized or to the back or anything out of that? But we had a battle off of pit road, and it was Landon Huffman edging out Chad Cole. Yeah,
and it looks like Kligerman's actually got a problem on that car number 07. It looks like that car just not up to power at 21 miles an hour. Joshua Harbison, if you get down to pit road there, buddy, and talk to one of the crew members on that machine, and, well, he's back up to speed now, but he's back on the pit road again. Tough break for Parker Kligerman. As he comes on the pit road, we might need to get a word on the driver in that Jack Daniels 07 car, as Adam Roberts, the 88, caught up in that wreck with him. He's also on pit road. Joshua, what are they saying about the 07 ride? Okay, I understand he's trying to find. Okay, we'll throw it back to Josh Harbison here in just a moment. Dakota Ehrman, tough break for Parker Kligerman, coming off the win at Martinsville. Now he drops outside the top 20 with 1 lap down.
You gotta think, how's his confidence probably looking coming to this race? I mean, he won last week at Martinsville in his first ever try with this league, and I mean, he's in the NASCAR Truck Series and everything. He probably had a lot of confidence coming to this race, and where he was running, he probably was a little upset, and that's probably part of him coming down on pit road and getting in that incident. Probably not going to help him. But Joshua Harbison, you got any information?
Yeah, he slowed down to let somebody by, but yeah, he's got a little bit of damage on it. They're going to beat the fenders out of it, but other than that, he says he's going to try to get back out there and see what he can do.
Absolutely. So the call.
And I believe Wesley Allen's mic is having some issues. So meanwhile, as the cars are getting the wave around, we're getting set to go back green flag racing. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get double foul. I'm going to run through the starting order here. And Landon Huffman on the starting right now in first position with Chad Cole on the outside of him. Dwayne Vincent in third. RJ Williams on the outside of him. Steve Ritter in fifth. And Cale Dresbeck running at your sixth position. Jonathan Cadell in seventh. Chad Schilling in eighth. Jay Horton in ninth. John Abbott in 10th position. I think we're going to have Joshua Harbison's going to have to sneak up here unless Wesley Allen just got back in here, I think. And no? Okay. Looks like still having some technical difficulties, still working them out, but I think we're getting set to go back green flag racing in turn 3. Actually, we're going to step away and take a quick commercial break while we get everything sorted out, but we'll come back with green flag racing.
Back for the restart here at Texas Motor Speedway, and in the early going, working lap number 90.
too, Rick.
Hey, welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway. We're working lap number 95 this time by. We're coming up on triple digits. 135 is completion in the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series. Round number 8 of the chase from Texas Motor Speedway, just outside of Dallas in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm Wesley Outland. Joining me back in the booth is Michael Keaton, Dakota Ehrman, and Joshua Harbison on pit road. And I'll tell you what, Michael Keaton, Huffman in his own world, dominating performance, leading this way as it's coming down to less than 40 to go.
Absolutely, Wes. Huffman doing a really fine job. He's got the points lead. He's up there. He's leading this thing. And I tell you, Huffman's really got this in the bag. He's really done well for himself. He's worked his way into the Pro Series, which ETV carries on Tuesday nights. Check him out. In fact, tomorrow night they're at Texas. And I tell you, Huffman's a fine race car driver. He's proved himself all year long in the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, and he's proven himself right now in the Pro Series. Congrats to him for getting that gig, and if he wins this championship, it'll be and very rewarding for him.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, and great racing going on behind the leaders. Of course, Kel Dresbach, Jonathan Goodell, John Abbott for 6th, 7th, and 8th on the racetrack. That's looking pretty heated. But Dakota Ehrman, I'm telling you what, man, Landon Huffman, if he wins this championship, he can lock it up here tonight. This man definitely has had one great chase race program.
Yeah, you got to think he's only got about 38 laps left to do it. So, I mean, Landon Huffman is in a perfect spot. He's good on fuel, good on tires, everything looking good. All he's got to do is race it out from here, and he can lock up the championship.
Absolutely. It's going to have to take a ghost or somebody to kind of spook him to make him get into the wall or blow a motor or have some kind of a malfunction get inside the engine, maybe a termite or something to get inside the engine pipes and cause something to go wrong there on that Chevrolet. But for the moment, that is all it's going to have to take. But will it happen? Is right now Huffman is leading the way on the charge. Nobody can catch that driver in that 75 car. And I'll tell you what, that Bob Earl Racing seat, I understand he's won one before. He's looking to lock one up again. Chad Cole with a great run for him in 2nd spot. And Dwayne Vincent in 3rd. One of the best runs Dakota Ehrman Vincent's had in the chase here this year. He sits in the 3rd spot. And believe it or not, check your interval. They are closing in on Huffman.
I believe it. Landon Huffman, he's been fast, but you got to think these guys are hungry and they want to get him now before he just runs away like he did last time. Maybe they found something in the last run, or maybe Huffman just having just a little bit of trouble. But I'll tell you what, you said something about Landon Huffman, seeing a ghost or something. How about he gets some of our technical difficulties sent his way? Yeah,
definitely, man. We apologize for some of the issues we've had here tonight. Definitely one would not wish for in technical difficulty television land, but we promise you we'll get these things worked out. If you are a true fan of the leader of sim broadcasting, ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network, then you know that we do not tolerate any type of technical issues or audio problems, and we want to have the best of the best announcers in the booth on pit road. This is just not of us, and things just did not go the way we wanted to, but we apologize, but we're still going to keep on rocking and rolling. As my boss at Fast Track says, the show must go on, and Huffman leading the way as they go into turn number 3. And by the way, when this race is over, it is saved in an archive. You'll be able to see the race in its entirety if you missed some of the action here when we had those tech issues. And I'm pretty certain we'll probably have J.D. Webb come on here and give a formal apology as the executive producer of ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network before we sign off. But Dakota Ehrman, I'll tell you what, man, nobody's missed a thing since Landon Huffman jumped out in front. Nobody has been able to catch that 75 car except till now. Chad Cole's cut it into under half a second.
Yeah, and only 33 laps remaining. This could be the perfect time for Chad Cole to close in, but you got to watch the guy behind him. I think you called him the Pumpkin, correct?
Yes, the Pumpkin. He's the Silver Bullet in the Silver 13 car, Dwayne Vincent. Then he goes all trick-or-treating Halloween on me last weekend. He got jacked up on candy, gained about 20 pounds, so I got to call him the Pumpkin. Dwayne Vincent sitting in 3rd.
And how about that 4th place car right now, Steve Ritter? I mean, he's been hanging out top 5 all day, and he is still hanging out there. You got to think maybe he's got something for those 2 cars in front of him. I mean, he wasn't running up there just a little bit ago.
Absolutely, and of course it was announced earlier tonight. We'll announce it again. I'm pretty sure J.D. Webb will mention it before we sign off. That John Abbott with the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series, that's the Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series, and Bob Earl, with Bob Earl Racing, with that Bob Earl Racing seat, has jumped on board for next season, Dakota Earman. There's going to be a 10-week winter heat series. Then we've got the start of the 2013 program, and I guess I must have played my cards right, done a great job. Me and Michael Keaton will be in the booth as play-by-play in color again. And then, of course, we also got a special program coming again on Wednesday nights. Name has not been determined yet, but it is in affiliation with the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series and Bob Earl Racing, and that will start on Wednesday. So you've got your racing on Monday and Wednesday with Real Sim Racing, and then, of course, the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series. And why don't you tell everybody how excited you are to be about that announcement today, and also about that NASCAR iRacing Series, Pro Series.
Well, I think this new deal's gonna be great. As we actually have a battle for second place. I saw Chad Cole was just sideways off a few laps ago, and it looks like he's gonna give up that spot to Dwayne Vincent really easily there. But I'm really excited for this new season coming up. I know I'm personally gonna be working the Monday night stuff. I think we're gonna have Joshua Harbison on the Wednesday night stuff. It's gonna be something pretty interesting, and the Pro Series is just gonna be outstanding. I can't wait to get that on. Last week was Daytona, and Daytona is usually interesting. It's usually caution filled. We actually went green most of the way, so I was kind of shocked. Can't wait to see what they do. I believe it's this week at Texas, or tomorrow at Texas, and that's going to be exciting. But back to the racing action here, as Chad Cole just gave up the second position to Dwayne Vincent.
Yeah, the Pumpkin jumps out of that number 2 spot. And then, of course, Steve Ritter sits in 4th, and 5th is R.J. Williams, representing ETV Live proudly in that number 5 spot. Then you got Kel Dresbach in 6th. 7th is Jonathan Goodell. 8th is John Abbott, of course, from Real Sim Racing, the founder and owner. And then Justin Williams is 9th. Justin Wilson is 9th. Jay Horton runs out the top 10. Coming down to the end of this race with less than, I believe, 25 laps to go. To pit road we go. Joshua Harbison, which driver's talking about the late rally with their crews?
Well, they made about all the adjustments they're going to be able to make, so they're just going to have to hold on to it if it's wrong. But they're more worried about tires than they will be on fuel. But right now they're still crunching the numbers and still trying to figure it out, so I'll get back with you when I find that out.
Dakota, is it a possibility that maybe these guys need to quit fighting amongst themselves and maybe team up some kind of a freight train of power, so to speak, to run down that leader, Landon Huffman, and then gang up on him in the late rally of this race instead of battling amongst themselves and hurting their momentum with the leaders?
Honestly, I don't think so. I think Landon Huffman's got enough momentum that he just got this track figured out. He's got almost every track figured out where he's just got the most momentum with the least amount of throttle lifting and everything there. He's just got it all put together. These guys can line up and do whatever they want, but they're not going to be able to catch him because they're going to give up more speed, trying not to run each other over and everything. That it's just going to be kind of pointless. Not to mention how the handling is going to change when Chad Cole's right behind Dwayne Vincent. I can almost guarantee you right now he's gotten just a little bit tighter with the front end. I've heard a lot of guys saying with this new draft the front end is really tight, and then the rear end just slides out, so it's almost like you're drifting almost all the way around the track.
Michael Keaton, I know you got tech issues. You can't see the call of the race, but, man, it looks like if everything goes its right way, looks like Landon Huffman's going to win this championship when the checkers fall here in Texas.
Yeah, and you got to give it to him. I mean, week in, week out, the guy's been coming to the track, showing up, doing fine and dandy, leading races, winning races left and right. He's the most winningest driver as it stands currently with Real Sim Racing. It's Full Throttle Cup Series this year, so again, you got to give the guy credit. Week in, week out, makes it happen.
I think it's safe to say that he is the Jimmy Johnson of the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series, because every time that 75 R2C race seats entry and so many other sponsors on that machine comes, Sim Seats, iRacing Sim Seats machine comes to the racetrack, they have always been competitive, but I believe we're going to slow things down. Caution on the racetrack. Dakota Earman, what happened?
Looks like CJ LeVere hit the wall coming off of turn number 2 and kind of scared. I believe that is Scott Brotherton, or Nathan Bowers actually in the number 85, and Nathan actually hitting the wall and then turning it around in front of the whole, well, not many people, but turning it around on the backstretch.
The late race caution. I don't think nobody wanted to see that, as the caution comes out over the speedway on lap number 113 of 135, and Huffman's car now shaking his head, the driver saying, "Oh no, I did not want this to happen," as the yellow flag comes out again for the 7th time here at Texas Motor Speedway. The Mustang pace car hits the field, and I'll tell you what, throw all that talking out the window, Joshua Harbison. The scenarios are gone. It's going to be an all-out war for the finish unless Huffman can save what he's got for the end. Or are they coming to pit road?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Looks like they're all coming to pit road unless they're going to be psyching one another. We'll find out here in a moment. Huffman, Vincent, Cole, all showing commitment to coming to pit road. But will they pull in? Yes, down below the line. Nobody playing a psych job. Here they come. The leaders are on pit road. Joshua Harbinson, they're coming in front of you with now Huffman, Vincent, Cole, Ritter, Williams, your top 5, and everybody along them on the lead lap behind as well. This is the money stop we call in racing. Let's call the action as they get ready to come to their designated stops on pit road.
When Huffman rolls into his stall, he's going to take right sides and left sides, and he's not really going to need any fuel because the fuel's going to last the whole way. Same for everybody else.
Dakota Ehrman. Watch it. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Field now rolling, and oh no, Huffman's car still on pit road. Landon Huffman's car still on pit road. Problem on the 75 car. Something is going wrong with the 75 car, guys. Unless mine is acting up again. We've had tech issues all night long, but looks like Huffman will be the last man out of the pits. Why? My oh my, what happened? A 26-second pit stop on the 75 Air Seat Chevrolet of Landon Huffman. That lead he had, Dakota Ehrman, has just gone up in smoke and then some. He has drifted all the way almost to the tail end of the field for the restart.
Yeah, he's going to have to do some fighting to get back up to the front where he was. I'm not exactly sure what happened to that stop.
Let's go to pit road and let's go to an update in this race as it's coming down to 20 laps to go. Michael Keaton, what you got for us?
Landon Huffman, guys, caught speeding and having to stay there and keep in that stall and stay there for about 15, 16 seconds. So speeding penalty to Huffman's going to put him towards the rear of the field, guys. Going to have to make up a heck of a comeback here.
That's just like the real deal. If you are caught speeding on pit road, you have to attain a penalty, which you have to stop the RSR officials in front of you. You have to wait. I believe it's a 5-second penalty on pit road, and that hurt him big time. As now John Abbott from RSR, the founder and owner of Full Throttle Cup Series, John Abbott now gets the lucky dog, and he leads the way here as we get ready to come for the restart in just a minute. We'll go to a commercial break from Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway. This is the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series Race A to the Chase on the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. And in the words of the great wrestling announcer Jim Ross, business has picked up. Less than 20 to go. We'll be back for the finish after the break.
Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it in the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car. Getting ready for the restart as the pace car gets ready to drop onto pit road here this time by. It's coming up to an 18-lap shootout. Green flag, back in the air. We're back to it again. John Abbott is out in front. Dwayne Vincent second. R.J. Williams third. Single file and a new man in the booth. It's Joshua Harbison. They're battling out off of turn 2.
Yeah, they come out too. Looks like Dwayne Vincent's going to go under John Abbott for the lead there, with Steve Ritter trailing behind him. And right behind him is Chad Cole. He's going to try to work it under there as well.
Abbott's car pushed out of the draft. He'll try to sneak back in on Cole to make that move in for third. Meanwhile, Cole's got a wingman. Here comes Maverick and Goose. It's Cole and Williams. They'll tag team up on Abbott, and the caution flag is waving, I believe, as they go back down into turn number 2. Yellow is out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where it was on the track.
32 car, Rich Jett, with a problem on his machine is what I'm picking up on my screen. And the yellow flag coming out over the speedway. And it also looks like Jonathan Goodell in the strutmasters.com entry has got some problems too.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on mine. Looks like, well, I don't know. I shouldn't have caused a caution. They didn't get below speed.
Actually, the purple 63 car is the cause of the yellow flag. My apologies on that. He was a hazard on the racetrack. Look on your replay. Wyatt Wolf Jr. in that green and silver Toyota Nvidia 63 Chevrolet drops down. He makes contact with the 26. Yes, I was correct. Jonathan Cadell got spun after contact with the 63 of Wyatt Wolf. Then everybody checking up from there. The 98 of Stephen Herring caught up in it right on the front straightaway, and that's the cause of the caution there, Joshua Harbison.
Yeah, Wes, I'm sorry about that. I didn't look back far, or I looked back too far. But yeah, those guys are on pit road. They're gonna try and fix damage and try and get some laps in.
No problem whatsoever. It's coming down to 16 laps to go. Vincent, Kligerman, Ritter, Abbott, Goodell. Of course, he was the cause of the caution as well, caught up in that deal. He'll go to the back as it's coming down to the shootout. And look at the new leader, the pumpkin, the silver bullet, the yellow and orange number 13 entry, the Impala of Dwayne Vincent in the lead. Joshua Harbison, he's trying to wrap it up here in the Lone Star State tonight.
Yeah, he's worked hard to get up there. He's had some trouble, but he's always been close to the front, so we'll see if he can hold on to it.
Yeah, we apologize there. I have lost my partner, Michael Keaton, due to some technical issues. We've also lost my my associate, Dakota Ehrman, as well. So it's down to 2. Now there's 2. Pit reporter brought back up into the booth. Joshua Harbison making his RSR play-by-play or color debut with me in the booth. I'm Wesley Outland. Hope everybody is enjoying the race, even though we're having the issues we've had. RSR, the leader in sim racing, whether tech issues or not, going to take you all the way flag to flag to the checkered flag and decide who's this man going to be. And history tonight, Joshua Harbison, because if Huffman can get back, he's in 12th. This might actually change things around for a race for the championship between Huffman and company going to Phoenix next week.
Yeah, if he can't work it back up, that'll definitely shave some points off. Because R.J. Williams is sitting 5th right now. And
Guy Snyder the 4th is 8th. Guy Snyder the 4th making a great run of that Gulf entry number 27 car. He's coming off of that win at Charlotte back here 3 weeks ago. And, of course, a great run being done by all as Dwayne Vincent also trying to break through into victory lane as we're now working less than 15 laps to go. And I don't think anybody is going to be coming to pit road, Joshua.
yeah, everybody's probably about track position right now. I don't think anybody's going to give it up for new tires because they just got new tires. So if they actually bring it down, I'll be really surprised.
Vincent, Ritter, Abbott, and of course that's your top 3 for the moment as we are still under the caution flag in this 135 lap feature here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Let's bring in our executive producer, J.D. Webb, real quickly. J.D., rocking and rolling, licking and a ticking, tech issues or not. What a great race this has been at Texas Motor Speedway, sir. Okay, apologies. He is not in the booth. We will we'll go back to what's going on the racetrack as we're still under the caution flag. Vincent, Ritter, Abbott, Cole, Williams is your top 5 machines. And we'll stay under the yellow flag, looks like, by another lap. And I'll tell you what, Joshua Harbinson, yeah, don't count out, of course, guys like Ritter. I know Ritter's hungry for a victory. Abbott sitting there in 3rd. Chad Cole, he's itching for a victory as well. R.J. Williams, he's got to win this year in the chase. But, man, I'm going to tell you what, the Pumpkin, the 13, Dwayne Vinson's out in front. He's had a very dismal season in the chase this year. Do not think that man's going to do everything but throw the kitchen sink, the pipes, the wrenches, and the extinguishers, all he can to hold on and get that win here tonight at Texas.
Yeah, I was watching him race on this week, and he had a really, really fast car. As he takes a green flag and gets a jump on Steve Ritter as he takes him down into 1.
And that field goes single file back into turn number 1 and 2. Cole losing ground on the back. Vincent under attack. Here comes the machine of Steve Ritter. He's closing in. Meanwhile, we got cars making contact in the back. Cars getting together. Chad Schilling's caught up in it. Jay Horton's also involved. And we'll still stay under the green flag as they go back down into turn number 1. No, caution's out. Jay Horton's car has lost power. The Poker.com Chevrolet entry has lost power going into turn number 2. Now the yellow flag is out over the speedway.
Yeah, that's a tough break. He's been battling car issues the whole time. He's been...
No, I apologize. There is no caution. I thought they were going to throw the yellow flag. Joshua, there's 2 cars scattered on the racetrack. They were able to make it to pit road. They both Jonathan Goodell out of the race, as well as that 98 machine of Stephen Herron, but we are still green flag as Steve Ritter now takes the lead over Dwayne Vincent for the top spot. Down the back straightaway, it's getting antsy. Less than 10 to go this time by.
Yeah, there's no holding anything back on this. A lot of people are going to be trying to force their way to past the guy in front of them.
Down the front straightaway, back down into turn number 1. Ritter leads the way. Vincent 2nd, Williams 3rd. Abbott, Dresbacher top 5. Wilson, Schilling, Cole, Snyder, Huffman rounding out the top 10. Ritter looking to get the flag of Texas. He leads them down the back stretch.
Yeah, he's got that car moving. He just went past Dwayne Vincent, and he started to pull away, but it looks like Vincent might be getting a better run on him coming into and out of the corners.
Down to the line, coming to the finish. 8 laps to go. Ritter leads the charge, but look out, Dwayne Vincent trying to close in one more time, and will we see that late race caution in the single-digit laps remaining. It's been a long race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Ritter, Vincent, Williams, Abbott, Dresbach, the top 5 cars on the inside of the racetrack. There you see that Poker.com entry coming to pit road. Problems for Nathan Bowers' company, but we'll still keep a green flag. Jay Horton, in the 83 car, coming to pit road, the Poker.com Chevrolet, but we're still green. Ritter and Vincent, mano a mano, and the man that might be ready to take candy from these 2 babies is R.J. Williams. He sits in 3rd. Time running out. They'll come to 7 to go this time by.
Yeah, R.J. Williams isn't a guy you want to count out, especially when he's sitting 3rd. He's shown numerous times when he's back there that he can just get to the front if you make a single mistake.
No doubt about it. Down to the line, Michael Keaton. I know you can't call the race, but you're in the booth. Man, Steve Ritter putting on a comeback here in the late going.
Yeah, Steve Ritter did a fine job out front. He's looking for that win, but like Josh said, R.J. Williams is in the Catbird seat in 3rd. He's got Dwayne Vincent in front of him. 1, 2, 3, there you go. Where's Huffman at, though? That's where I want to know.
Huffman right now sits in the top 10, but there's a great battle for 4th and 5th between John Abbott and Krell Dresbach. As this race is far from over yet, they battled in side by side back of the corner. Now Chad Cole sticks his nose on the inside. Abbott will cut him off on the inside lane, and now they'll close back in on Kel Dresbach. That battle going on for 4th, 5th, and 6th as it's still Ritter leading as they go back into turn number 1.
Yeah, Landon Huffman in the back, he's on the move too. He just passed Guy Snyder the 4th for 8th place. And, well, Guy might be trying to take it. Oh, he runs Guy Snyder into the grass in the trioval.
Snyder's car goes to the tribal grass, but he'll keep going. Chad Schilling ready to make the move. And Landon Huffman getting very impatient. Guy Snyder and them are fighting for the championship. I would not be surprised if Guy Snyder don't get back up behind the rear deck lid of the 75, give him a little love tap, a little punt in the pants, saying, hey, buddy, I don't appreciate you doing that. Michael Keaton tippers we're at the end of the late going as we're now less than 4 to go.
Yeah, and if a caution were to come out, it would seal the deal here, and Ritter would have this thing wrapped up. But Steve, again, out front, doing a fantastic job here at Texas Motor Speedway. He's got Vincent. He's about 4 or 5 car lengths behind. But look who's reeling in Vincent. R.J. Williams ever so closely, starting to reel him in about a half a car length away here, Wes, as they go in 3.
Yeah, both cars coming out of the line. It'll be 3 laps to go this time by. And, of course, that man out in front is the 16 of Steve Ritter. He is dominating. He is focused. He is determined to hold off the pumpkin, Dwayne Vincent, and the ETV ride number 21 of R.J. Williams. But the interval is closing in ever so slightly. Pick up that battle now as, things finally calm down amongst Chad Schilling and Guy Snyder. He'll snaggle that spot. And now, of course, Landon Huffman, who punted the back end of that 27 of Guy Snyder to rough him up for position. I'll tell you what, though, it's to be expected, though, Joshua Harbinson, as they'll come to the line. It'll be 2 laps to go. It is coming down to the wire. Patience wearing thin, and Landon Huffman trying to do everything he can, if he can't win, to at least get a good salvage finish in position.
Yeah, right now he is the fastest one in the top 10, but I don't think he has enough laps to make it back up because Steve Ritter's running some really good lap times too as he's out there in front of the pack.
Coming to the line, the white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Ritter down into turn 1. Dwayne Vincent, does he got any shot to make a run on him? Down the back straightaway. Less than a half of the racetrack remaining here on the 1.5 miles of Texas Motor Speedway. As they'll come into turn 3. Lap machine in front of the pack. They'll come to turn number 4. Steve Ritter's got that lap machine as a pick. Here comes Vincent. He can't reel it in to the inside. Ritter wins at Texas. Texas's Steve Ritter will get the checkered flag. Dwayne Vincent will go second. R.J. Williams will go third. Kel Dresbach fourth, and Chad Cole rounds out the top 5. Landon Huffman rallies back for 6th. Then it's John Abbott, Justin Wilson, Guy Snyder the 4th, and Chad Schilling the top 10. Wow, what a finish. I'll tell you what, Josh Harbinson, Vincent did everything he could to make a last lap rally on Ritter, but when that lap machine got in his way, it killed the momentum. Ritter said, I can't run the outside, I'll drive the inside. He still pulls away and gets that Sunoco checkered flag here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, he made that car about 3 lanes wide when Ritter was getting runs on him, so he did a good job keeping Dwayne Vincent made a run on him, so he did a good job keeping him behind him.
Man, oh man, what a great race. Michael Keaton, and do you think it's enough for the 6th place finish with Williams up there finishing in 3rd? And there goes Steve Ritter celebrating here on the main straightaway at Texas Motor Speedway. He's lighting them up, burning them Goodyear radials, and doing them donut style, messing up that good Scotch Lawn Care turf job that the Texas Motor Speedway faithful put on here at this 1.5 mile racetrack. And I'll tell you what, Michael Keaton, with Williams finishing 3rd, Huffman 6th, and Guy Snyder at least the top 10 finish in 9th. Will we see this championship go to Phoenix to decide the title all the way to Homestead, or do you think Huffman got enough to lock it up?
Well, you know, it's an interesting fact that you brought up. Huffman 50 points ahead of Guy Snyder, 53 points ahead of R.J. Williams, like we mentioned earlier. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be somewhere between 40 and 46 points now behind Huffman. So Huffman's got to miss a race. I mean, you can't have 46 in the field, so he would have to finish dead last, 43rd in one huge car field, and then go to Homestead and just have another disastrous race. So I want to make it exciting. So, you know, Huffman can still lose this championship, with R.J. Williams doing a phenomenal job. He's doing what he has to do week in, week out. Top 5 finishes, 3 in a row. R.J. Williams, he finished last week second spot, third tonight. He's doing what it needs to do to stay in this points chase. He's going to move up in the second. He's going to pass Guy Snyder, no doubt about that. But now he's on the hunt for that Bob Earl racing seat. Wes.
Yeah, and of course, it's highly doubtful that anybody is going to be able to run down Landon Huffman. He is just going to have a string of bad luck for these final 2 races going to Phoenix and, of course, to Homestead, where, again, Bob Earl from Bob Earl Racing, it's giving everybody that race seat for being the champion. Landon Huffman is right now the man that looks like he'll seal it and get it, but we don't want to let it just come out of the bag that Huffman is the champion, because anything can and will happen. When we come back, we got the ETV Live post-race show. You'll be joining me, Wesley Outland, of course, Joshua Harbinson, and Michael Keaton to close it out here with our top 3 finishers. Steve Ritter, Dwayne Vincent, R.J. Williams, Kel Dredsback, and Chad Cole, the top 5. We'll have Steve Ritter, Dwayne Vincent, and R.J. Williams position finishers 1 through 3 right after the break for the ETV Live post-race show presented by Gary Mercer Trucking. And from Texas Motor Speedway, the Great American Speedway, this is the ETV Live online on the Sports Entertainment Network. Texas Race 8 in the books, 2 to go, and Ritter goes and gets the checkered flag at Texas Motor Speedway.
Landon Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it in the wall. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, we got 1 car on the bottom of the 10 car. Welcome back to Texas Motor Speedway and the ETV Live online auto sports entertainment network. As again, Texas Motor Speedway race number 8 in the books. 2 races to go. Phoenix and Homestead to decide the champion of that Bob Earl racing seat. When it's all said and done, Mr. Bob Earl himself will be on the RSR broadcast on the ETV Live online auto sports entertainment network. When the checkered flag falls at Homestead, well, Landon Huffman, the Car 75 Chevrolet, had a chance in the Sim Seats RTC Racing Seats entry to wrap it up and win the championship, but he falls short. A penalty, pit road speeding on pit road, and it cost him dearly. And it made a pit stop that should have been 14 seconds turn into 26 seconds after that penalty he sustained. And when it was all said and done, it came down to 3 cars. Steve Ritter, R.J. Williams, and of course the Pumpkin, Dwayne Vincent, formerly known as the Silver Bullet, and that orange and black number 13 machine. But when it was all said and done, and Vincent had one last chance saloon in the Lone Star State of Texas to close it on Ritter, it wasn't enough as the checkered flag falls and Steve Ritter wins here tonight. Ritter wins second spot to Of course, Dwayne Vincent in third to R.J. Williams in the ETV ticket ride number 21. There are our top three. Joshua Harbinson now gets the post-race show started with our third-place man, Mr. R.J. Williams. I'm sorry, third place, let's go to Michael Keaton.
Hey, RJ Williams, fantastic job tonight. You went into tonight's race at Texas Motor Speedway, third in the points. You leave Texas Motor Speedway, head into Phoenix, Arizona, in second. How's it feel?
Well, it's a good, solid night, just like I had hoped for. Just rode around, took my time, saved my stuff. That long run there, I kind of drove the wheels off of it. But I worked on Ritter there for a little bit and got around to him. And I was getting a good run off, but they were just killing me in 1 and 2, and I couldn't make up the time to 3 and 4 to get them. But all in all, a good night so far.
RJ, towards the end of the broadcast during the race, I mentioned that week in, week out, you're doing what you have to do. You're doing what you have to do to be a championship contender. You've been there. Martinsville, you finished second. Tonight, you finished third. You go into Phoenix hoping for another top 5. You've just been there, but Huffman's right there each time with you, so it's kind of hard to gain points. In fact, you only gained 1 point up on him. You went from 53 points back on Landon Huffman to 52. Is it still in your reach? We talked about that a lot tonight, about has Huffman sealed the deal? There's 2 races to go. You got Phoenix, you got Homestead. Are those 2 tracks some of your favorite? How do you think you'll do? And how do you think Huffman will do compared?
Phoenix, he's going to be tough to battle with, as well as Homestead. I just need to keep on running like I'm running. That's going to guarantee me in the second. Right now, mathematically, he's not clinched it. Something bad needs to happen to him in the next 2 races for anybody else to have a chance, though. But I'm still striving for that second place finish. I feel pretty confident I can get it.
Absolutely. Well, RJ, you're 3 up on Guy Snyder, who fell back to third in the points. But who makes it happen for you week in, week out? That 21 machine looking real good on the racetrack each and every week. Tell us who makes it happen for you, bud.
Well, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to put your name on there and throwing some money my way to be part of this chase. All the Huffman Racing guys, once again, it's just cool to hang out with them during the race and, run our races. And Barbarella Racing Chassis for sponsoring the series. And I want to thank Real Sim for giving us a place to race.
All right, there you have it, folks. R.J. Williams moving up to the number 2 spot in the standings, trying to chase down that Landon Huffman 75 machine next week at Phoenix, Arizona. Now standing by second place finisher tonight, Dwayne Vincent, has some may call the Silver Bullet or the new Pumpkin Man, but Joshua Harbinson nonetheless standing by with Vincent down towards victory lane.
Yeah, I'm here with Dwayne Vincent. Dwayne, you ran a great race today, finished second. Give us a rundown how your race went.
Man, that was a blast. I hadn't had that much fun in a long time, man. If I'm going to lose to somebody, it might as well be a teammate like Steve, man. He ran a great race, man.
Yeah, there at the end, on that last run, looks like you were catching him in the corners. Just, what happened?
I was just pushing it too hard and burning up the right front, man. That's all it is to it.
Oh, that'll do it. Is there anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Race Skins, Red Ass, all my teammates, and Bob Earl for sponsoring this stuff, and everything you guys do on ETV. A lot of fun. Thanks.
All right, that was Dwayne Vincent, your second place finisher, and I'm going to send it over to Wesley Outland, who is with Steve Ritter in Victory Lane.
Absolutely, that's Gatorade Victory Lane as we speak right now, and of course, and it is going to be the man of that number 16 car, Steve Ritter. Man, I'll tell you what, Steve Ritter, long time coming, got shut out making the chase back at Richmond with Landon Vincent. Can you say Poetic Justice Vincent has, can you say Poetic Justice Huffman has problems? Excuse me, I'm sorry, Dwayne. I've had the pumpkin on the brain all night long. Landon Huffman has Poetic Justice. He had the issues he sustained in the race for that pit road penalty. You guys were battling it out in the early going, and what do you know? He now falls into outside a top 10 finish. Gonna have to race next week hard at Phoenix to possibly lock up the championship, and you get a win finally in the chase this year, where you're not even in the points for the chase, but a great performance in that number 16 car, my friend.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I gotta figure out a way to beat Landon straight up. Every time I beat him, it's because he made a mistake. So he's a great competitor. RJ's a great competitor, and everybody in this series is tough to race. So it's good to get a win.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, man. How does it feel to finally seal the deal and put this deal in victory lane? What an awesome event, an awesome race. And I'll tell you what, coming strong was the Pumpkin Dwayne Vincent, and I know he was hungry for a victory, but what was going through your mind those last 5 laps to hold him off?
It was tough. I mean, all I kept thinking was just be smooth in the corners, and I think Dwayne said it. He burned up the right front, and that's what I was afraid of doing, so I was trying not to take it too easy, but easy enough that I could stay out in front of him. I hated passing him. I mean, we're teammates, we're good friends, and I just had a run coming out of 2, and it was either run him over or get by him, and I chose to get by him.
Absolutely, no doubt about it, man. And of course, man, before we let you go, final question: how's it feel to finally get a win here? And does it seem like it's been a long time coming to get one?
Yeah, it feels good. I was kind of sketchy about tonight. I really didn't have a handle on the car, I didn't think, and got into practice, and it felt a little better, and put up fast time in practice, and just car felt good tonight. I don't know what it was all week long, but feels good. Feels good.
Definitely. Before we let you go, man, throw out your sponsors on that number 16 Chevrolet. They got the win here tonight in Fort Worth at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, definitely. Got to thank Race Skins for the paint jobs on all the team cars. They do a great job. Buyer Chevrolet is where I work. They sponsor me. They do sell lots of cars there. And definitely Bob Earl for sponsoring the series. Great racing seat, and recommend it to anybody. And, of course, ETV.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to those guys. Again, your winner in Gatorade Victory Lane here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. He's firing those guns here in Victory Lane, wearing the cowboy hat by Eddie Gossage and enjoying that delicious Gatorade as he wins here at Texas Motor Speedway. Steve Ritter. Second spot again to the Pumpkin Dwayne Vincent, and third to that ETV ticket ride, number 21 of R.J. Williams, finishing in the third position. Texas in the books. 2 races remain. We now go from the Lone Star State to the Valley of the Sun in Phoenix, Arizona. Michael Keaton.
Can't wait. Phoenix, always a fun track. I know these guys are anxious to get back behind the wheel next Monday night here. So you got Phoenix, then Homestead. The championship will be awarded that Bob Earl Racing seat going to that points champion, and can't wait for that as well.
Absolutely. Until we meet again, I'm Wesley Outland from Michael Keaton. And, of course, big thanks to Magic Fingers John Westland for running our boards. And we're going to now take it to the executive producer of ETV Live Radio and Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network, J.D. Webb, and also our great all-star pit crew, threw in the booth then a couple of times as well, Dakota Ehrman and Joshua Harbinson. But I tell you what, J.D., we started this race here tonight at Texas with 3 drivers going at it for the championship. Landon Huffman, R.J. Williams, and Guy Snyder the fourth. And after the problems and miscues Huffman has, it's now going to be 3 drivers to battle it out for that Bob Earl Racing seat in RSR Full Throttle Cup Series race number 9 at Phoenix next week. Take us home, sir.
You bet. I'll tell you, after 34 weeks of racing here, it's coming down to what we would all wish to see on Sunday afternoons on TV. This is the best racing that I've seen in a long, long time. In fact, I've given up watching this stuff on TV. I'd rather come to ETV Live, catch the RSR races here on Monday night. But that being said, huge announcement coming out of the ETV Live offices today. We have sealed a deal. Real Sim Racing back in 2013 with ETV Live, featuring 2 series, Cowboy. That's 2 series. Back with the Full Throttle Cup Series on Monday nights, and then another series will feature on Wednesday nights. That series yet to be named, and Bob Earl has agreed to come back again for a second series with the Full Throttle Cup, and again put up a sim racing seat for a championship prize in 2013. So great news coming from the ETV Live offices. Also working on a major sponsor for the Wednesday night series as we speak. I can't divulge a whole lot of information, but I'll tell you, I have another phone call to make tomorrow. If it comes our way, it's going to be huge news, and you don't want to miss that one. So, but I'll tell you what, a lot more racing coming your way on ETV Live. Check the booking calendar over there at ETV Live, etv-eplay.net. And I'll tell you again, what a race here tonight, Texas Speedway. We're coming down to the wire 34 weeks later. I'm excited to get to Homestead. Bob Earl will be joining us there live to present the winner with the championship trophy that night. So hang on to your seat, Cowboy. We ain't done yet. So for the whole crew here, Wesley Outland, Mike Eaton, Dwayne, RJ, Steve Ritter, everybody here in the booth, We'll wish you good night, and we'll catch you next time on ETV Live.